up next, we have Elaine Zhou. Elaine, I'm going to bring you to the stage right now. Elaine is the Chief Technology Officer for Change.org, the world's largest nonprofit-owned platform for social change. They've got more than 600 million users worldwide. Maybe some of you are part of those users. And we are very delighted to have Elaine with us today. As Change.org's technical leader, Elaine leads a global engineering team of more than 70, and they're growing Change.org to be the forefront of responsible AI. I know this is a term many of you are caring about now too, to really elevate this platform capability and the scalability of it using distributed cloud infrastructure and really engaging their repeat users, making it a really great experience for them to come back. So today's talk from Elaine, she's going to tell us about being your authentic self in a male-dominated tech industry, which is so perfect on the back of the talk that we just heard saying, we got to do this. Now we can hopefully learn from Elaine, how do we in fact put that into practice? Elaine, thanks so much for being here with us today.
Thank you. Thanks for the warm intro. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm so excited to be here. I want to talk about how to be your authentic self in the male-dominated tech industry. We heard about this word a lot these days, but what exactly it means to be authentic in this tech world? The numbers speak for itself, right? We all heard about this, that only 16% of enterprises have a female chief data officer. 14% have a female CIO, and only 9% has a female CTO. I'm Elaine Zhou. I'm the CTO of Change.org, the world's largest technical platform for people who want to make the change they want to see. I want to make sure that I can actually stream this. I don't think, I feel like I'm up a little bit technical difficulty. Can you actually see my slides? Okay, good. I want to start with you a story. There's this little girl, grew up in China. At 5 years old, her mother used to take her to the factory where she worked. During the breaks, she will ask all the adults come form a circle around her and would tell them, please sit around me. I want to read you a poem. She was fearless. This little girl wanted to be a medical doctor. She studied hard and got into medical school. She was on track to fulfill her dreams. Then she came to the United States of America with her family, and everything changed. She lost her father to cancer shortly after their arrival. At the age of 21, she became the breadwinner of her family. In a new country, need to learn the new language, learn the new culture. She started everything from scratch. She switched to engineering and eventually become a software engineer. And she started to build a product that can make people's life easier. The girl was me. Only when I started to see how people use the product that I helped build and start to utilize it, make their life better, I find my new passion. Right? As I looking back, and I realize 3 principles have really helped me to define myself and guide me to where I am. And they continue to guide me to grow. First is to be adaptive. The world changes constantly around us. Be adaptive is to be able to embrace those constant changes so that we can build our confidence and rebuild our confidence. Now, what does it mean to be adaptive? I have these 3 steps, and it helped me everywhere I go. Women are extremely capable of adapting to new environment and in technology. This has become even more important as the pace of technology change is accelerating. This survival instance in revolutionary psychology really helped us and helped me to assess any new environment, the challenges around me, the constraints around me, help me understand, help me to collaborate with others. Then I can come up with my own opinions, and I can collectively work with the team to come up with better solutions. Remember, when I first came to the state, I changed my major to adapt because I knew that I need to get into the good school, get a good job to establish myself. When I came into a new work environment, I knew that I can't dominate the attention simply by my physicality. I'm pretty small, petite. I must collaborate and to provide the reasoning to build my credibility. My life experience taught me to be resourceful and creative problem solver. This helped me to play an instrumental role in getting technical teams past the technical critical roadblocks. That's collaboration in action. I think women in many of the underserved communities are really good at this, and we should really maximize these strengths and have more confidence on ourselves, knowing how important these skills are to the team's success. Once you start to adapt to the environment, once you start to collaborate, I can then build or rebuild my confidence. Remember the little girl that asked all the adults to come sit around her, to be quiet so they can listen to her to speak. She was fearless. And then I realized, as I tried to blend in, to follow the status quo, to do things what the society think that I should be doing, I started to lose my confidence. I constantly doubt myself if I am good enough for a job. What else I can do more? What else I can do better? What has happened is I mixed the display of confidence as competence. And we all have the tendency to underestimate and understate our own competency and our own capabilities. I once took a job as the director of engineering, where my team was responsible for the entire company's software development and had responsible for its biggest revenues. One day, I was in a leadership meeting with another 10, 15 people, and I realized I was the only person in the room who didn't have the VP title, and I was the only woman. Have I proved myself enough to even have the confidence to seek such recognition? That night, I went home and worked with my partner to outline my contributions and list it in a non-threatening manner. The next day, I talked to my boss, the CTO, who will also be my mentor, asked to be recognized as the VP of engineering. It makes sense to him. It was a no-brainer. It was the right things to do. It wasn't that hard. I got promoted to be the VP. It wasn't that hard to ask. The hardest thing, it turns out, was me to believe myself. Now, as a VP, my responsibility is different. And then I started constantly doubting myself. Am I strategic enough if I don't sell or market the product? Am I technical enough if I no longer code? I have the pleasure of have 3 bosses, all PhDs, and also have the honors to work with many very, very calibrated teams. I keep thinking, can I do the job and still demand the respect? Right. When the first time when I pursue a CTO position, it was not ready. And that was okay. I keep trying. The second time, when I asked, I put a plan together. How I define that role and how I see myself can improve to get to that position. And I work with my boss, my CEO, to work together, outline the objective, the timeline, and the plan. I got the chance to prove myself again. Eventually, I reached that position. We all heard about this. Women were promoted based on accomplishments, not our potentials. I know might sound hard, but I actually think that's the right way. And it's okay to use our potential to help us to accomplish more and use our accomplishment to seek the recognition. I constantly these days listen to my inner voice, not just listen to it, follow it. I think you should too. Once we start to believe in ourselves, once we can collaborate with others, that's the time we need to start to see how to connect with others, to build my network. Who can I trust? Who can trust me? I want to surround myself with people who trust me and want to help me grow, who can actually give me candy advice. Building the network, for me, start with peers. Peers are people who have similar backgrounds as me or share social status. These could be my schoolmates, my teammates, my colleagues, my neighbors, my friends, people who I work with, people who I meet at events like this. I can share my challenges and I share my success. They will cheer me up when I'm down. They will push me to new high when I get there. Then I always seek mentorship from my managers, from people who have more experience than me. That could be people I meet again in events like this. When I'm ready, when I know a specific area that I really need to work on, whether or not that's communication, or in a particular way, strategy, a specific area, I seek out coaches. Coaches are highly, highly trained professionals. They can help me to work on specific areas. Of course, I always need to seek advisors, especially in the tech world. I can't learn everything, right? But I need to understand and know the trends. In the area that I'm not familiar with, I need to seek advisors' help. These are highly, highly professionals and with deep skills in specific areas. Keep them, listen to their thoughts, ask their feedbacks, ask their inputs. Even if sometimes I don't always follow those suggestions, at least they can provide a perspective for me so that I can form my own opinions. Once we start to build up the network, now that's the area that I got to be bold to make the point. First, I need to find my core and then seek unconventional approaches. What is the core? The core is the area that where I am best at and where my passion is. When I switched to engineering, when I walked away from medical school, I was focused on what I could be good at. I'm good at math, science. I knew this is the area that I can exceed. There wasn't that much passion because I didn't know what I could do, what I could accomplish. Not until I build software can make people's life easier, can make business successful, can help to change people's life, and I realized and I found my new passion, and that I realized that is my new core. As I continue to grow, I realize the goal to help people and improve people's life, it's always there. So that's the moment I realized I need to step up to a leadership position to create bigger impact. Find your expertise and build on it. Find your passion and let the passion drive you, right? And when you realize your core, you need to seek the opportunities that fit well with the core. That means you seek for opportunity within your company or outside. Even better, to create those opportunities within. Once I was hired in a company, a really successful company with a huge profitable product line. My job was to make the team more productive so that we can improve the product even better. But shortly after I joined, I realized there's bigger opportunity there, but also there's a potential market threat. This market's changing around us. And I also realized to improve productivity, we actually need to change the process and also change the entire product and architecture. Well, I put a plan together, create a tiger team to do a prototype, and I pitched that to my boss, the boss, all the way to the CEO of this multi-billion-dollar company. And eventually I got the opportunity to build this new product. So when you find your core, you need to seek and create such opportunity that fit well with your core and find that true passion and follow it. Now, once you identify that passion, that core, we need to really solve the problems. And that's the area that we really need to try to think differently, to use unconventional approaches. The tech industry tends to act a certain way, and want people to follow the status quo, especially expect women will follow such status quo. The industry is constantly chasing shining objects in favor of visionaries. The industry is constantly in the stage of cool tech in search for a problem. But what I want to do is to use tech to make people's life better, to solve problems, to make those visions a reality. So what I do is look for the hard problem to solve. If we can solve it, we can make the world better. That forced me to think differently, to understand those problems from a very inclusive venue, to talk to different users, and to create a diverse team to collaborate on the problem solving. Right? So who you are is what you do. So only when we can focus on a different way of thinking, a different way to approach those problems, then we can effectively create changes. As a leader, my job nowadays is more inspiring, encouraging, and guiding the team through this way of thinking and to protect them from distractions. So as I go through this journey, and I want to be bold, to follow my passion, to set big dreams, to do things differently, this all led me to change.org. I have a big dream. I want to use the latest technology to do responsible AI. Unlike many companies have done so far, including some big tech giants, that ending up polarizing the society. I want to put the user back to the center. To do AI ethically, we need to use data, use inclusive data to do our research. We need to respect people's privacy and protect their privacy. We need to build trust through transparency. We can apply the latest technology, such as blockchains, not just using blockchain in cryptocurrency. We can use the technology to create trust, to create transparency. Instead of polarizing the society, we need to pull people together to make the changes. Now, that is my journey. What will your journeys be? Let's let this journey start. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elaine. I know I'm here on stage and we're jumping right along, but Elaine, your tone when you speak is so captivating, I have to say, and there are many amazing comments in the chat to back that up. See, we've got comments coming on the screen here. Thank you so much, Elaine, for sharing your story with us.